Hey there, welcome back everyone to another edition of our TTM Through the Mail returns. We have 5 returns today. We are going to get right to it. All right, we have a special return day. We actually have the 1984 Olympic Baseball Team Edition TTM today. Let's get right to it. All right. It was the original Dream Team, maybe the greatest amateur team ever. But it didn't win, or did it? We were, and I quote, we were not only playing for ourselves, but for the guys who came after us, end quote, said Will Clark, the former Giants first baseman, reflecting on the 1984 U.S. Olympic baseball team. Clark was a member of that powerhouse team that lost to Japan 6-3 in the championship game of the demonstration tournament during the Los Angeles Olympics, but helped sell the amateur program to the world. South Korea bought in, nominating baseball as a demonstration sport in the 1988 Olympics at Seoul, and the IOC then made it an official medal sport, starting with the Barcelona Games in 1992. It was dropped after the 2008 Games, but will be played in the 2020 Olympic Games scheduled for next year. It'll be fun to see that back. Quote, it's a dream come true, end quote, said Rob Dato, rest in peace, who passed away a few years ago. The legendary former USC coach who was at the helm of the 1984 team and had been at the forefront of the amateur baseball movement since 1945. And the goal was bringing home an Olympic gold. And we caught the imagination of the whole baseball world in 84, Dato said, of what he viewed as more success than failure. He said, I always felt that winning or losing was secondary to the fact that we showcased baseball to the world. The name of the game was selling international baseball. And that they did. They definitely did. And how strong was the U.S. team, may you ask? Greg Swindell, Norm Charlton, Drew Hall, and Ken Caminiti, all future major leaguers, were among those who failed to survive the last cut. In addition, of the 20 players on the roster, 13 were first-round draft picks in 1984, and 5 went during the first round in 1985. The 1984 selections were Don August, Scott Bankhead, Bob Caffrey, Mike Dunn, Gary Green, Shane Mack, John Marzano, Oda B. McDowell, Mark McGwire, Pat Pasillo, Corey Snyder, Bill Swift, and Hoover. The 1985 picks were Chris Gwynn, Barry Larkin, B.J. Surhoff, Bobby Witt, and Will Clark. The only players who were not selected during the first round of either year were pitcher Sid Aikens, a third-round selection by the Texas Rangers in 1984, and infielder Flavio Alfaro, who gets my vote for awesome name, a fourth-round pick by the New York Mets that year. All right, so all 5 of these returns were Olympic members drafted in the first round in 1984. So first up, we have the number 2 draft pick from 1984. He was drafted by the Seattle Mariners out of the University of Maine. He went out to pitch 13 years in the bigs. He compiled a 94-78 record with 767 career strikeouts, 27 saves, and a 3.95 ERA. He also had a 21-win season for the Giants back in 1993. He is, as many of you may have guessed already, Mr. Billy Swift. And there he is on the 85 Topps Olympic card. This was a 5 for 5, no fee, 29 days, and it came to us from Phoenix, Arizona. There we go there. Another 85 Topps. I love those 85 Topps Olympic cards. The 85 sets I just love all around. Just takes me back to my youth. 89 Topps. There is on the 87 Donruss and the 1990 Flair. All right, Mr. Billy Swift, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate you taking the time to sign. All right, next up we have the number 4 pick of the draft. He was drafted by the Cleveland Indians out of BYU, Brigham Young University. He went on to play 9 years in the bigs, compiling a 149 homers, 488 ribbies, 439 runs, while batting .247. In 1987 alone, he hit 33 homers with 82 RBI, while batting .236. He is Mr. Corey Snyder. This was a 3 of 3, 39 days, no fee, and this came to us from Provo, Utah. And there he is on his 85 Topps Olympic card. 87 Topps Gold Cup card. There he is on the 90 Flair. Awesome sig. All right, Mr. Snyder, thank you very much for taking the time as well. It is sincerely appreciated. All right, next up, we have the number 7 pick of the draft. He was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals out of Bradley University. He went on to pitch 5 years in the big leagues. He compiled a 25-30 record with 205 strikeouts and a 4.0 ERA. He finished second in Rookie of the Year voting in 1987, finishing behind only Benito Santiago. He went 13-6 that season with a 68.4 win percentage. He also struck out 72 batters and had a 3.03 ERA. He is Mike Dunn. There he is. And this was no postmark on this one. This was 2 of 4. He only signed 2, 23 days, and there was no fee. I'll have to send out the other 2 to him. There he is on the 85 Topps Olympic card. Let's put him there. There he is on the 89 Donruss with the Pirates. And then he did not sign the other 85 Topps and the 1991 Topps. There you go. Let's see that season. And there it is, 1987, 13-6, 3.03 ERA. 5 complete games. Not too shabby. All right. So, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Dunn. We also appreciate you taking the time to sign. Sincerely appreciate that. And next up, we have the number 12 pick of the draft. He was drafted by the Texas Rangers out of Arizona State University on a team of can't-miss prospects. Most remember this Arizona State senior center fielder as the one who definitely wouldn't miss. He batted .405 with 23 homers and 74 RBI and 36 stolen bases in his final year at ASU. He had speed, power, the ability to hit for average. He went on to have a 7-year big league career. He hit 74 homers, 266 ribbies, 169 stolen bases, 458 runs scored, while batting .253. And he finished 4th in Rookie of the Year voting in 1985. He is, as you guys have guessed, O.B. McDowell. And there he is on his 85 Topps card with the Bible verse, Psalm 1. Very awesome. And here he is on the 86 Flair. He personalized that one, Psalm 34, to my little guy. There you go. Very awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. McDowell. We are sincerely grateful for your time and signing that. All right, last but not least, let's get to our last player here. We have the number 17 pick of the draft. He was drafted by the Houston Astros out of Chapman University. He went on to play 4 years in the bigs. He compiled a 34-30 record, 181 strikeouts to go with a 4.64 ERA. And he also finished 4th in Rookie of the Year voting, except in 1988. And he is Mr. Don August. And this was 5 of 3. He also signed 2 index cards for us. And this was 10 days, no fee. And this came from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And just to go back, I apologize. O.B. McDowell was 2 for 2, free, and that was 48 days. And that came to us from Miami. So there's Mr. August on his 85 Topps. Very cool. There he is as a member of the Brewers on the 82 Donruss. And there he is on the Brewers on the 92 Flair. Very cool. Awesome sig. I'll put those guys there. And then he also included, oh, let me get this. And he also signed the 2 index cards for us. Very cool. That is awesome. I'm always grateful when they sign the index cards. That's very cool. And there he is. He also sent this. Follow him on Twitter. Give him a look. He tells baseball stories on WisconsinSportsStream.com. Search Don August. I'm going to have to give that a listen. I'm sure it's going to be some great stories on there. All right, there you have it. The 1984 Olympic Team Edition. The greatest amateur team ever assembled. All right, everyone. Again, thanks as always. I appreciate the support. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. As always, hit that notification bell in case you haven't yet. And be well, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.